All right, welcome everyone. We're going to do a little bit of breathwork and meditation today. So, as always, we'll start by building our really comfortable seat from the ground up. So, think about where are you sitting and can your feet touch the ground, or maybe you prefer to be lying down for this meditation, which is fine. You can be self-supported, sitting up tall but comfortable, or you can put something behind your back and lean back in the chair if that's more comfortable to you. It's all about finding the space that feels good, more than what is correct. What is correct is a position that you feel like you can hold for a long time, a position that your body feels comfortable, that you're not adding to any feelings of tension or discomfort. And if it feels good, you can close your eyes. And if it doesn't, that's fine. You can just lower your gaze, focus on one point as we block out the external world and focus on our internal world for the next little bit. And just take stock. How are you feeling right now? What's happened so far today? And where has that led you to? And we can do that without judgment, just stating the facts. And then noticing your breath. Feeling your sits bones root into whatever's beneath you. And then inviting the breath down into the abdomen. Letting the belly rise on the inhale and sink on the exhale. You can have your hands up on your lap if you're looking to receive energy today, or put the palms face down if you're looking for groundedness. And then invite the breath to grow. See if you can take some of the biggest, deepest breaths of your day. Not necessarily quick breaths, but just filling the lungs, letting the belly rise, inhaling a little bit more, and then letting the breath out slowly. Out through the nose if you can, or through the mouth. If that's more comfortable, that's okay. Inhaling the biggest breath of your day, filling the lungs, letting the belly swell, using the diaphragm to draw the breath down. Inhaling a little bit more, and then slowly letting the breath out. And then one more like that. Let your breath return to normal. It might be a new normal. It might be a little bit slower and deeper than when you first sat down. And then if you'd like to set an intention for your practice today, now's a good time to do that. So it could be something as simple as I'm going to breathe. I'm going to bring my attention back every time it wanders, because your attention will wander, and that's fine. That's normal. Or it could be something that you're cultivating. You want to bring in more joy to your life, more self-acceptance to your life. I want to be more kind and compassionate to myself and others. Whatever it is, send it out into the universe. We hold these things loosely. We don't beat ourselves up if we lose the intention at some point during the practice. It's bound to happen. It's okay. Today we'll talk a bit about the crown chakra. So as you're breathing, bring your attention to the space just above the top of your head, above your skull. So it's called the crown chakra. It's where a crown would sit. This is the 7th energy center in the chakra system. This is the highest point, the highest chakra. And sometimes we talk about the crown chakra as being the link between our physical selves, our atoms, our mass, our matter in this world, and the spiritual world, our thoughts and our beliefs and our energetic footprint, the ways that we subconsciously communicate and connect with the rest of existence. So this chakra means 1,000. It's the 1,000-petal lotus. That's the symbol. It represents our emotions, our thoughts, as well as our actions. And the color, sometimes you might hear the color as purple, and other times you might hear it as white. It's not necessarily important which color we assign to a chakra. The chakras themselves don't really have colors, but sometimes it's helpful to visualize a color that embodies these characteristics. So this is our consciousness. This connects us to the divine. The sound of the 7th chakra is Aum. A-U-M. This is the sound of our mind when it is completely still. If you would like to chant with me, I'm going to do 3 of these. It's like Aum. If you'd like to listen, that's fine too. We'll start with a cleansing breath in and let it all out. Inhale. When the crown chakra is open, when it's balanced, we have a more optimistic or positive outlook on our lives. We have a good attitude about things, and we can easily conjure feelings like gratitude and compassion and acceptance, and we feel like our true selves. So this would be living in alignment, feeling spiritually awakened, having clarity of mind, feeling empathy for others, feeling compassion for people, for animals, and for ourselves, and feeling like we have a greater sense of purpose. We don't have to do great things to have a great sense of purpose. We simply have to do the things that we're doing, that we want to do, in a deliberate way, in a way that is done intentionally, is done with care. And when the crown chakra is open, we have good intuition. A lot of times we have a good sense of what we should or shouldn't do, or what's right or wrong, or what's going to happen, but sometimes we push it aside instead of listening to that little voice. And of course, when we are living in alignment, we have less anxiety and less stress, which is really good for us mentally, but also manifests physically. When we hold stress in our body, symptoms can develop. We can feel sluggish, we can feel anxious. And so we want to do everything in our power to relieve that stress and balance our mood and balance our energies and improve our sleep. All of these things um, can happen when we've unblocked the crown chakra. Um, and so let's do a few affirmations. You can choose one of these or you can come up with your own, but some of the affirmations for the crown chakra um, reprogram our subconscious mind so that we can let the energy flow freely through our body, and we can be in tuned again with this connection to the spiritual world or our intuition or whatever it is you want to call it. So some of the affirmations could be divinity resides within, or I am open to new ideas. Information I need comes to me. The world is my teacher. I am guided by a higher power. Or I am guided by inner wisdom. Or I trust my intuition. So choose one of those or come up with one on your own. And we'll sit with this mantra for a minute, watching the breath quietly or out loud, whichever you prefer, reciting your mantra and bringing the mind back every time it wanders. And then at the end of your next round of mantra, whatever that is, come back to your breath. And we'll do a little visualization of ourselves in nature. So nature is a really good connector. We often feel more connected to the world, to others, to our place in the universe when we spend some time outdoors. And when it's cold or the weather's bad or we just don't feel good, sometimes going outside is the first thing to go. But we always have our minds. And so I'll invite you to visualize a beautiful place in nature. This could be somewhere that you've been, a real place that is special to you. Or this could be an imaginary place or somewhere you've always wanted to go. It doesn't really matter, but bring it to mind. Plop yourself down on a blanket or a bench or a chair. And we'll start with paying attention to what you can hear. In this place in nature, what are the sounds that surround you? Maybe it's the crashing ocean or birds or other animals. Maybe it's the wind. Maybe it's people. What's the soundscape of this place in nature? And then hang on to the sounds and invite the sense of smell into your visualization. What can you smell here? It might be subtle and fresh or salty. It might be the floral scent of plants or the pine trees, whatever is in your vicinity. Imagine, what is the smell associated with this place in nature? And what can you feel? Where are you sitting in this visualization? What's the temperature like? Can you reach out and touch something? What's the texture? Hard or soft? Rough or smooth? Can you taste anything? Often smell and taste are closely linked. But for me, I know visualizing taste is quite difficult, so it's okay if it is not coming easily. And finally, what can you see? What can you see close up? What's right in your immediate surroundings? And then what's happening further afield? How far away can you see? And when you look at this beautiful place, how does it make you feel? And remember that you can conjure this feeling anytime. You just close your eyes and put yourself right back in nature, in this lovely space. And then when you're ready, you can let the visualization fade. Bring a little movement to your extremities. Come back into the room. And open your eyes.